know the Hero Bears, great club, great team. We talked about being ready, being prepared, and the guys played very, very well tonight. Exceptional game. I'm very proud of them, the way they played. So, you know, we've got most of the group from last year, but we've still got some guys that are fitting in. And, you know, Bo tonight, 18 minutes, 11 rebounds. You know, those sort of statistics help us win basketball games. Jasper, coming off the bench, contributing, playing good offense, great defense. Eric, in the last 3, 4 and a half minutes, you know, he hadn't played a lot, but was crucial. So everyone played their role. You know, Coops was Coops. Kevin was in and out. Hard for him tonight. Foul trouble was still battled away, and you know, had 11 points and 5 rebounds. So I'm really proud of the defensive effort. It was a lot better than what we were in pre-season and early. So against a good offensive team, but you know, there's still room for improvement with us. We've got, you know, I can see it, but that's probably it at the moment.
那教练今天真的非常非常开心。那教练也有说，其实在客场可以先把这一些赛事把它赢下来，它对团队真的是很大的一个帮助啊。尤其是我们前面3场都是客场，那英雄真的是一个很好的一支球队，所以这场球教练赢得真的是非常非常的开心，而且对于大家也感到很骄傲。每一个人真的都有尽到他们的责任。那我们这个赛季其实没有太多的改变，但确实还是有像波汉能进来加入我们的球队，所以像波今天18分钟11个篮板，这真的是可以，这是我们赢球很大的一个关键。那再就是小景打很好的进攻，很好的防守。那Eric 最后4分钟的防守守得非常非常好，教练对他也是非常非常开心。Coops 就是 Coops 嘛，他就做他擅长的事情。然后 Kevin 今天遇到比较多的就是犯规的麻烦，然后所以他也是上上下下，但现在是拿了11分5个篮板。
所以对，然后
Jason 也是
22 and 10。
对 ，Jason 也是 Jason， 他今天也是 double 嘛，他今天是22分，然后10个助攻。对，那这一场比赛，教练非常开心，因为跟其他还有我们在热身赛的时候打出来，就有达到他的标准。对，就是比起我们的防守来讲的话，就有达到我们的标准，所以教练很开心。那我们就准备之后的比赛。
好，谢谢。那也请现场的2位选手也发表一下对这场比赛赢球的看法。
Yeah, it's a great win on the road against the Hero Bears. Always a tough game against them. They have a lot of talented players, so I thought we did a great job to make a run in the second and third quarter, and we just want to keep getting better, and that was a great game.
那 Jason 一样，觉得今天这场球也是很重要，因为是客场，把这场球赢下来，对我们来讲也是很重要。那英雄真的就是一支很强劲的队伍，所以可以把这场球才第2节、第3节把我们的球打出来，这是非常重要的。然后今天是一场很棒的胜利。
好，也发表一下对这场比赛的看法。
其实我们就是赛前也是做好充足的准备，然后教练下达命令还有指令，我们都会如实的去做，然后我也开心，就是今天我们又打出了2点胜，然后我们气势上来。我相信我们在主场也是可以继续赢下去。
好，谢谢。那现场有没有朋友的提问的？好。
Coach Brendan, the Actors Organization released a press release last night about Matt Hodgson.
Yeah.
Yep. So, how did you prepare for him, and do you think you met that objective today?
Look, I know Matty's. I think I mentioned it. I don't know if they mentioned what I mentioned in the press release, but one of the things Matt does is play hard all the time, and he's a very good rebounder and very mobile for a big, and he wants to play defense. So when you get big guys that have such a high work rate, you're always going to get something positive. I just said I don't want it against us. So, you know, I think he finished off the bench with making a strong contribution. I haven't checked, but I think he had double points, right? Yeah, so he's had 15, and we did a good job. He had 6 boards, but he's still, you know, I mean, he's really good with the offensive rebounding, similar to number 13. So Matt will get better as the league, as the season goes on. You've got to adjust to the refereeing. I said to him after the game, I think he'll be more suited to Taiwan basketball the way it's played, because in Australia, for some reason, the big guys are struggling to play it. So you've got some in China, you've got some in Japan. They're always fouling out. So and this they can take it to the criticism. I don't care, but Australia's got to get better at refereeing the big guys. I mean, I know Bogan's been saying it for a while. Otherwise, these guys will do what Matt's done, like some of them are going to other countries. I think the way the game's played here from a big man's point of view, I think it suits Matt. Obviously, I've been an Australian. I hope he does really well, but not against the Aquas.
Okay. 那对于哈吉森，因为也是澳洲来的嘛，跟教练也是很熟。那哈吉森是一个很认真，然后很拼的一个选手，然后在场上移动性很高，然后也很会抢篮板，然后他会尽全力的去打每一颗球，所以他真的是一个还不错的球员。然后教练在赛后是有跟他讲说，其实他觉得哈吉森还蛮适合在台湾打球的。那不管是什么其他的理由，他觉得大个可能在澳洲或者是在CBA 常常可能就遇到犯规麻烦，但他觉得哈吉森在台湾打球应该是蛮适合的。那最主要就是还是要适应一下我们在台湾的打球的这个方式，还有裁判的吹判的一个方式，所以他很喜欢哈吉森，他也希望他有一个很好的在台湾打很好的球，但是就是对我们海神的时候，对我们会打得比他好一点。对。
谢谢。现场有媒体朋友要提问吗？
请教练跟分享一下，就是对我们说家人抱的想法，教练未来就是会不会针对我们说做出什么样的应对
So we'll talk about Dwight Howard. So now everyone knows Dwight Howard is here. Is there any thoughts or any strategy we're going to deal with Dwight Howard?
I'm not worried about Dwight Howard. We don't play him for 2 weeks. I'm worried about DA, and I'm worried about the Hero Bears. Ask me that question before we play Dwight Howard. Okay? So we know that Dwight Howard's a big guy. I coached against Dwight Howard as an assistant coach in Beijing, 2008 and 2006 Japan World Championships. So, I have a pretty good idea what Dwight Howard would do. That's when he was in his prime. He's come here now at the end of his career. He's still going to be effective. It's just fantastic for basketball. It's fantastic for the T1 league. For us to have a player with Dwight Howard, what he's achieved in his reputation. I think everybody's selling out their stadiums, and that's fantastic. But as far as what I'm going to tell you strategically, I'm never going to tell you that. Dwight Howard will have to find out when we play them, and we'll probably see it during the game and after the game. But we know we need to prepare, all right? But our focus is DA. We go home now. DA and who's the other team?
Bear.
The Bears. We play them again. Always just looking at who we play. If you look too far ahead, it's dangerous. So just focus on who we play, and I tell the players to do that too. Dwight Howard's still a human being. He has 2 arms, 2 legs. All right? He doesn't have an extra leg or an extra arm. We have a saying in Australia. All right? Australians punch above their weight. They have a crack. They have a go. They don't care about reputations. So I'm the player's coach. So you can sort of gather what the philosophy will be. All right? But it's that way every week, no matter who we play. It's that way.
好，那其实教练直接讲了，其实他现在没有很担心Dwight Howard，因为他觉得下一场比赛才是最重要的，就是我们的主场的2连战，就是对第一跟对英雄，所以他觉得这2场是目前他个人觉得最重要的。那他知道的就是Dwight Howard 他是一个很大的一个个子嘛，然后在之前教练还是澳洲的国家队的assistant coach 的时候，也有跟他对抗过，所以2008年在北京，2006年的FIBA 都有对过他，所以而且那个时候也是他正值状况最好的时候，所以对他应该算是蛮理解的。那现在他来 T1， 其实对 T1 也是一个很棒的，因为他也有听到说大家的场边席都卖光了嘛，所以这对大家的营运也是一个很棒的一个帮助。那 Dwight Howard 其实他也是人，就是2只手2只脚，所以对他来讲，他觉得等到遇到他的时候，再 去跟球员们讲要怎么样对抗他就可以了。对。那他教练有说，其实他不看太远的原因是因为他觉得看太远的话，对大家都是比较可能摸不着，然后觉得比较危险的，所以他都是一场一场来，所以等到快遇到的时候，我们才会开始想办法去对抗他。
好，还有，
您叫小景嘛？在本土大家球队可能就注意龙猫嘛阿阳，那你在跟教练赢得信任分数这件事情，就是上场比较短的时间球表现的这个心态建立，可以分享一下吗？
就是因为谁讲，就是去年就是可能就是比较低潮，我觉得怎么都上不了场这样。可是教练也常跟我们讲说，那是个良性竞争这样，你在练习场上做得好，教练自然会看到，然后才会从2分钟、4分钟、10分钟慢慢往上跳。我觉得就是先做好教练当下练球他要做的东西，然后你自然时间就会有这样。
我这边想请问教练因为我们下一场比赛其实是隔2周之后，然后中间有空1个比赛，1周没有比赛，教练怎么样去调整，跟让球员延续这个赢球的气势这样子
？Good question is, we have a good win, and then but we have a bye week, so we have almost 2 weeks to prepare. How do we carry on this?
Is that Connie?
Yeah.
So
how do we carry on this momentum with the bye week?
Yeah, it's it is what it is. I feel good about the fact that we've had 3 really tough games on the road. To get 2 out of 3 was really important to go home. So now we treat the bye week like we give them an extra day off. Like we only usually give the players 1 day off. We give them 2 now. I've been working the players really hard. Okay, when we practice, the intensity's been really high to prepare for these road games. So now we need some recovery. I think everybody's in better shape, game shape now. We've got some games, and it's about building for these 2 games. So, after that, we obviously have some extra practice sessions. We will practice on a Saturday. We won't have the weekend off next week. So we'll treat it as if we haven't got a bye, because we'll practice on the Saturday. And it'll be a good practice, tough practice. And then we have the back-to-back games. So I've got to work the guys hard, then understand, be smart and take care of them so they're fresh for the back-to-back games. We're excited. We haven't played at home. We won it last year. All right, so I know, it's going to be a great atmosphere. We want to enjoy it, but we want to make sure that the last thing you want to do is come home and have a letdown with your celebration of last year, right? Like most teams. So our focus will be totally on DA and the Bears for these next 10 or 11 days, and we can sit back and watch them a little bit now. All right, but believe me, Connie, the coach doesn't take the foot off the pedal. The car will have to keep going. All right, we'll have to keep going.
好，那其实教练对于我们3场的客场可以拿下2场，这真的是非常非常棒的一件事情。那确实我们就教练也让球员们可以礼拜1有休息，所以我们休2天。但休2天不代表就休息，所以礼拜6还是会练习。所以其实他就是跟进，让大家比完赛之后有多1天的休息，但是礼拜6的练习会开始把强度拉高。那其实教练也有说，大家其实越在练习的时候都很认真，但是大家也要开始越来越聪明的怎么样去保养自己的身体，尤其是本土球员。所以教练也有说，从去年的季后赛我们就已经没有回到巨蛋打球了，但是我们然后拿到总冠军之后，然后到今年开始，我们很久没有回去打球了，所以他也还蛮兴奋，希望可以赶快回去打球。那这个兴奋之余，也就是代表说这2场的 back to back， 我们一定要想办法把它赢下来，因为我们很兴奋，球迷也很兴奋，所以我们一定要把这场球打好。那接下来的话就是我们也有时间可以多看他们打球嘛，因为我们在 bye week 时候也有看他们也有比赛，所以我们也可以好好的去探讨一下对方目前的状况，然后我们做好准备这2场比赛。那教练永远不会减速，他就说他很喜欢比喻，就是他就是一直踩着油门往前冲，对，从头冲到底，他从来不会松懈的。
Is there another question? I'll say something else. There's another question.
还有问题吗？没有问题，要教练补充一下。
那教练先补充。
OK, you can.
Yeah. Tonight, the guys know this, was very special for me. I had very sad news yesterday. My assistant coach I had for 15 years in Australia. We won championships together. He's older, I think around about 69. His daughter contacted me. He passed away yesterday. So we were very close. And you know, what do you do? How do you prepare? I mean, couldn't stop thinking about him. You know, Peter was the first person I spoke to, but I got a job to do. And I know from him, his name was Eric Lowe, best assistant coach I've ever had from Australia. We won championships at different competitions together. He loved coaching kids. So I was quite driven tonight to make sure that with him looking down, that we get a win for him. And I know it's not up to the guys, but to take that on board. But for me, it was pretty special. And I talked to the guys. He had such a love for basketball. He coached a lot of kids over the years. And we talk about gratitude and being grateful. Because you never know when it's going to end, right? You know, and I'm grateful. I'm privileged to be coaching here at Taiwan. You know, one of the things I wanted to do was bring him here. I wanted him to bring him here during the year and experience it, what I was doing here, because of the closest, but I can't do that now. So I just want to say, buddy, family, I'm thinking of you. Obviously, I'll be talking to the family tomorrow. It's hard when you're away. You know, I've got 4 kids. They don't like me being away, but they'll be visiting. But this was a pretty tough weekend, and I'm so proud of the guys. They didn't, you know, they have to do it for themselves. But we talk about, I said to them, you never know. You know, at some stage your career is going to be over as a player. Mine was. I still remember my last game. And we talk about, you know, whether you're a player or coach, sometimes you don't have control of that and making the most of it. So for me, the way the players played tonight, there was just so much determination. The team contribution. If you look at our team tonight, right, we're still coming together, but we play hard. We play hard, and the team chemistry you can see already is building. So I just wanted to share that. I hope it gets back home because he's a pretty special man, Eric Lowe, and Nikita, Clinton. I'm thinking of you, and we'll talk obviously tomorrow probably. But we're going to miss you, big fella, and thanks to everybody here.
助理教练，昨天晚上接到电话说他已经去世了，所以教练其实今天对于今天这场比赛感到非常的重要，因为他格外的希望大家去珍惜每一刻的上场的机会，不管是教练，不管是选手，因为你永远都不知道什么时候会是你结束的时候，对，有可能下一场比赛你就没有上场了，那教练都还记得他最后一场上场比赛的感觉，因为他对自己的努力，他都完全没有任何的遗憾，所以他在今天的时候在 locker room 也跟大家讲说，你一定要珍惜每一场球，因为你永远都不知道到底会发生什么事情。对，那他其实今年他也很希望可以带这位教练来台湾看大家看他指教，然后看我们台湾的篮球，但很可惜就是没有这个机会，所以他很荣幸可以在这边教我们，他也一直告诉大家要珍惜每一刻。那他就讲了很多，希望这一个影片可以让可以真的就是传到网络上，让他们的家人看到。对，那就教练明天会再打电话慰问他们一下。对。